Hello, and welcome to the Legal Growth Podcast, where we dive into the strategies, challenges, and success stories shaping the future of law firms. Today, we are so excited. It's our first show of the year. Together with Legal Growth Partners, we're going to bring you in-depth conversations with top legal professionals, industry innovators, and firm leaders. Our goal is simple: share practical insights, innovative strategies, and real-world advice to help your law firm scale, adapt, and thrive. Whether you're navigating growth challenges or looking to boost your business development, you are in the right place. Let's dive in. This week, our guest is Demitrus. Hello, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
And what part of the country do you practice law?
In Chicagoland.
And it's very cold there right now, right?
It's very cold. It goes back and forth. We're in this season where like one day it might be, like 60, and then it might be raining, and then it might snow. So you have to have all of your gear ready.
However, Chicago is my favorite city when the weather's just right.
Oh, the lake. That's why I'm here, baby. The lake is really nice when it's happening.
But it's just right. Oh, it's one of my favorites.
It's the best. It's the best.
Let's jump in. Give us a quick overview of how you chose law and the type of law you got into.
Okay, so how did I choose law? I don't really remember ever thinking that I wanted to be a lawyer, but I did have a very passionate sense of justice. What can I do to make things just? And then I went with Amnesty International, so an NGO, so not really practicing law, but really doing human rights work, and realize businesses are making human rights questions more complicated. So then I thought, let me get to the businesses. And then I realized, man, there's so much that has to do with intellectual property and international business. And it just threw me into the world that I'm in now.
I love that. And what has been kind of your biggest growth success story so far?
Okay, so I was thinking about this client because obviously we grow when clients grow. That's because we're looking out for their risk, and we're looking for different opportunities where they can grow. So I had this mom and pop company that came from a different country. They started off here. They started small, was in automotive, but they were really innovative, right? So we worked with them for about 5 or 6 years, and they just kept growing. They were getting these great contracts. We were looking at all of their IP, we were doing websites. I mean, just following the growth. And then last year, a German company decided to buy them out for one piece of their innovation. So they went from like mom and pop to this international company because the owner, the German company brought them on. So they bought the assets of the company. We did the merger, right? And then they brought him on, the owner, as one of their not a CEO, but some type of manager. So it was like win-win for him. He didn't really want to give up all of the company, so we saved a little piece so that we can do the filings for that. But to watch a mom and pop just grow and then turn into an international business for their innovation, that was awesome. We celebrated that.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's so fun. And especially if they're like a client that you're so love.
Oh, they were so great. I mean, this is the client, their youngest, when they had their baby, they invited me to the christening. So I was just like, oh, wow.
That's funny. Like, call me when you're on the yacht. Do that too. Stay close.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Okay, so what is your favorite non-legal skill that surprisingly has helped you grow?
I am really big about my staff. So not only, do I hire for personality, as well as skill, but I understand that everything that we do can be extremely stressful. And so I care about them in a very serious way. So in our meetings, I instituted really yoga. And so we talk about breathing, and I mean, there's some other companies that are doing it now, but I mean, I've been doing it for a very long time. But we incorporate breathing, we incorporate mindset. Like in the morning, it may be just let's take 3 breaths, hold it, and then let it go. But it takes you into a different frame of mind. And then I'll put on music, and whatever music I'm playing, I'll play throughout the day. So it kind of, just travels with us as we're working. But I think that that's like my favorite thing. I always encourage them to eat right, even though people don't eat right. But, I have snacks and stuff that's healthy, and I encourage them to work out.
Oh, I love that. It sounds amazing to work there.
Thank you. I'm trying to get the best place, the best place of the year to work or something like that. If there is a sort of award like that.
There is. You got to
Is
look at
there?
like whatever the business journal is there. That's where they do it.
I'm doing that. I want.
And
I
what
want.
they do,
I
I
guess.
know, I know
Go
how
ahead.
they do it here. Here you can nominate your business, and then they send out surveys to all your employees.
I think it would go well. I think it would go well. I mean, that's feedback because, people move around in the law. It's not, people aren't staying at one law firm. And so I get really good feedback. Like someone who's working for JP Morgan Chase right now, who worked for me, I think she worked for 5 years. She's following up with me all the time. She hasn't sent me clients, and I don't know if she can do that, and maybe she's not seeing the clients, but I have, my lawyers and the law clerks and even interns that keep in touch with me. And that's one thing that I'm really proud of. I'm proud of them.
I love that. It's fun to watch people grow in their own
Oh
careers
my
after
gosh,
they've been
it's
with
so
you, I
amazing.
think.
So
All right,
amazing.
last question. Looking ahead, what trends or changes do you see shaping the future of law firms, and how are you positioning your firm to stay competitive?
You know that we are in the AI space right now, and artificial intelligence I was on a webinar this morning, and it was looking at all of the different ways that international law is going to change with AI. And that's from the systems to the way that customs is looking at tariffs and what has to be paid, changing the harmonized codes. But besides that, there are just so many things in AI, like this has nothing to do with us, not really, but now the big trend is to have AI pets. And so I think that people are going to develop those even more, which will bring us more business in the innovation space so that we can do the patents and the trademarks and all of that. But I think if it's crossing over to pets, it's got to cross over to employees very soon. A lot of, I don't need as many employees as I used to have because of AI, which, good and bad. Good for me, but maybe not so good for people who are looking for legal work. But the AI space, I think, is going to change. I think one other thing that law firms and businesses in general is get on the metaverse and get your space already carved out, because just like you have your law office or whatever business space in the real world, in the meta universe, you got to claim it now, because if you don't, I'm going to buy it and try to sell it back to you.
Do
No,
you
probably.
remember? I'm probably a little older than you, but when people were buying like BritneySpears.com and all of those.com
Yes.
and then selling them, that was crazy.
It's happening now. I mean, I think as we've like waited, bam, and now it's happening.
Exactly. Oh, that's, nobody has given us that take on the metaverse here. So that was, I love that. So
Oh,
thank
good.
you for
Do it.
adding that value for sure.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you for joining us on the Legal Growth Podcast presented by Legal Growth Partners. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe, drop us a review, and share it with your
For sure.
colleagues. You got my mind revving on this, because great insights are even better when shared. For more tips and tools to help grow your practice, visit legalgrowthpartners.com. Until next time, keep innovating, keep growing, and keep smiling. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll see you next time.
You're welcome. Thank you.